When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed. With a word, she can get what she came for. All right, everybody, welcome to my living room, my stage for my live stream videos. One of the things I wanted to figure out about this whole thing was how to get the audio to sound great, not to be just from the microphones on the camera. And on my iPhone 11 here, it's got great video and the audio is pretty good too, so it's not bad. But the video you just heard me do, which I apologize for not being a singer, just came directly from my board, and that's it. To me, it made a huge difference in the quality. So what you can do on this end of it, you know, will maximize what it will come across on the internet. Now, sometimes the bandwidth is funky on the internet and it gets bad sometimes, but you can at least stream out the best thing you can. So let me walk you through the setup that I have and the cables and everything that you'd need potentially to do this. And once you do it, though, it's so simple. I just didn't realize. So let me walk you through that. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about my mixer. Now, I've got two different mixers, and I'll talk to you about why I use this one on top as opposed to the one on the bottom. But first of all, let's just show you how I'm going out here. I've got an acoustic guitar coming in here and a vocal coming in here, and then these two are going out to my speakers in the room. And this is my headphone output right here for the mixer, right? And below that is my headphone level. Now, notice how low that is. What I noticed about the iPhone is it's very hot coming in. And if you don't have a separate level coming out of your mixer, you won't be able to set that so it doesn't distort. So it's almost essential to have a separate output that you can control versus your main output for the mains. It's just too hot going out the mains from what I could figure so far to allow the phone to be clear. Now, when I went down here and I was going to do it with this mixer, this has the record out of the board here, and it goes to an 1/8 inch cable here. And so I thought that would be the solution, you know, come out of this direct out. But again, when I set the main level here, it distorted the phone on the adapter that I'm about to show you. Now, coming out of this headphone output on an 1/8 inch cable, let's go down here and look at it. That cable's going over there. Let me show you. It's a long cable, but here it is. Coming out of my headphone output on my Multimix 4 Leases, and that's the end, right? Then, you've got to go to this goofy cable, which is the one I had to buy. The TRRS cable, I got that at Best Buy. You can order it online, about 20 bucks. Probably get less on the internet if you look around. And then you got this guy. And most of you probably know what that is. That is an 1/8 inch to Lightning. And that goes into that. And this goes into here. And then it goes into your phone. And that's it. So what you got to do is put that in your phone, start recording a video, set the level so you're not distorting it with the headphone output of your board, and you should be golden, okay? Another thing you could do is if you were going to run this out for a regular board, you could set a separate output, say on a board that has a little more output options. You could use an extra stereo output for the headphones as long as you have control over that output, and then you can run a full band mix that way through a streaming setup. So that's part of it. Let me tell you about the other part, the Switcher Studio. What I meant on that last part was that if you have a band set up, a band mixer, and you've got the ability to run out either the headphone output or another set of aux outs, say, you could run a mix into the phone that way, and then you could, of course, get the level right, and that would be full band. So you'd have the full band set up through a stereo 16 channel mixer or something like that. And you could run everything straight to the phone and get great, great live audio with full band. And if you're on in-ears, even better because you won't have a PA in the room as well. All right, Switcher Studio, let me tell you about this app. Now, my friend in Nashville, Steve Mandelli and his band, Six Wire, were using this the other night at his studio. And the way they do it is they run off of audio interface that they're all plugged into, and then they run, I guess, a stereo out. He said via USB into the Lightning cable, so there's some way to do that as well. And so you could do that the way he was talking about. You could do it the way I was showing you through, a couple of outputs from an audio interface or a board or whatever you have that you record from. But Switcher Studio, now this is the thing that he was using that I saw when he used it. It was a multi-camera switching setup that you use on a phone. And you can actually control the switching between cameras with a phone or an iPad. And then you can connect almost any era of iPhone, not go way back, but 7, 8, somewhere in there, you can use most of those phones. I have no problem with any of mine, and they go back 2 generations. And you can use them as, phones for video. And you can have them set up all around this room, and you can cut live to them, and you can put lower thirds on it with all kinds of text, the PayPal address for your PayPal, all the things that you want to do during a live performance, and even more. And Switcher Studio is free at first to try, and then, of course, it's a monthly subscription. So I haven't got to the subscription point yet, but I think I'm going to do that for a while anyway, while we're in this situation. So Switcher Studio, it's in the App Store. Check it out. It's really cool, really neat. And now you have the audio part. So you're ready to do both and rock the world from your living room. So hope that helped. I'll let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And I hope you keep doing a great job out there, keeping everybody entertained. And, while we're all sitting around, at least we can do this for people and still rock. All right, have a good one.